All right, it is time for the grand finale of the AAPI Heritage Month celebration here at GDQ Hotfix. We are being joined by the one and only Sawayoshi, doing a run of Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus, any percent unlimited. I'm so excited for this run, a very fitting end for our Asian and Pacific Islander celebration here at GDQ Hotfix. So I think I'll pass it over to Sawayoshi to get us into the run. Take it away.
All right. 皆さん、こんばんは. Hello and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix AAPI celebration. I'm Sawayoshi, a Japanese-American runner, and I am here to close out this event with Bow Path of the Teal Lotus any percent unlimited. And with me today on couch is...
I'm Chris. I'm the co-founder of Squid Shock Studios, and I was the creative director on Bow Path of the Teal Lotus, and super excited to watch Sawayoshi play today. Sawayoshi has assured me there's a lot of really interesting things that might make the devs nervous in their run. So,
I can't
really excited
wait.
to see.
I can't wait already. All right. So, for time for this game usually doesn't start for a little while after loading a save file, but for the sake of an event, I'll start it immediately. All right. So, immediately on selecting the middle empty save file, are we all good to go?
Ready when you are.
Alrighty then. Counting down from 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so yeah, Chris, if you want to introduce your own game.
Yeah, so Bow Path of the Teal Lotus is my little love child of 4 years of development. We launched in July of last year, and it's a 2D Metroidvania based on Japanese folklore.
It was in demo for a while, and I played it during the demo, and it was really fun. And I was like, sure, I'll play this once it comes out. And then it came out, and then I played it and speedrun it, and here I am. Okay, so how much do you know about this run?
I've seen runs. I think the last I haven't been keeping up super a lot, but
okay, have you seen this?
I purposely haven't been watching. Wait. Oh, okay. So there's some sort of menu buffering here.
Yeah. Welcome to Bow Path of the Teal Lotus, any percent unlimited. This is not supposed to happen. So we just got our attack, and then we just go back to the main menu without waiting. So now that we've done that, we're going to get some of this bamboo, and we're going to actually go back over this way. We're going to do the menu glitch again, and we skip the entire cutscene.
Oh wow, that's new.
Yeah, we do a lot of this.
I remember runners have been trying for a while to skip that cutscene.
Well, here's your solution. All right.
Yeah, so there's like a 15-minute cutscene there, a 15-second cutscene.
Yeah, it's a bit shorter than 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah, but that's huge. That's a big time save.
Yeah. Welcome to This Is Why I Run Glitched. So. This game, again, it came out in July. There was actually a speedrun competition for the demo, right? And I played during that, and actually ended up getting first. Believe it or not.
Yeah,
the humble brag.
I'm pretty sure yours. I'm pretty sure yours is the first run I've ever seen of Bow, and it was just really I definitely, during development, really wanted to make this speedrunner friendly, so I was just happy that even one person ran the game.
There were a lot of people running the demo.
Yeah, I was really happy with the turnout of that.
And thanks to that, there was a little prize known as this little bow plushie that I have on my desk here at the plush. And now Bo is here to watch over my run today. I love this little Bo plushie. They're so cute. Okay, so there's dialogue here that takes like 5 seconds, so we skip all of it. That's part of the demo run as well. Okay.
And there's a trigger down there, but Sawayoshi just kind of jumps over it.
Just say, hey, I don't want to listen to your funny little words. Okay, boss fight time. Kiri Kiri Bozu. I'm playing in Japanese because it has slightly faster text scrolling. And also I can understand the Japanese,
Wow.
so there's not much really downside to it.
Basically skipped every single phase.
Yeah, there's a few phases to that fight, and we just say no. So we get a new ability again. This is the Bamboo Bat, which will let us hit blue spherical objects like this and break walls. And this is what we need to get into the next area, so that is what we will use. Again, this carrying these armor pillows is something that you saw in the demo, which actually some people might remember from just about 10 months ago. I actually did run the demo on GDQ Hotfix as part of the non-binary day celebration. That feels like so long ago now. I think that was like 4 days before the game actually came out.
I don't even think I remember that, but
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, it was right before the game came out. I bet you were busy.
yeah, we were in Japan probably.
So we are into the next area, the Uzumaki Cave. We have one thing, and one thing specifically that we want, and that is the Lotus Dash. Because of course, what is a Metroidvania without a dash ability? But Shimeji's gonna give us a couple things here: the Daruma and the coal. But yeah, what were you saying?
The Kodama charcoal, yeah. The dash, once the dash gets into play here, it's going to be really cool to watch Sawayoshi just fly across the screen. And also, Sawayoshi's about to completely obliterate this arena.
Yeah,
It's so optimized.
Everything is completely set where enemies come out, so you just do the same thing over and over. And let's see if I can get this double hit though. Nice.
Yeah, yeah, that's so
Perfect.
cool.
That's not something that I really started doing until a couple weeks ago, actually, when I started running this game again.
Yeah, I'm not sure how tight that hitbox is,
Yeah, I
but
remember
it seems like
in
just
our-
barely able to get both of those.
Yeah, in our rehearsal, I said it was kind of tight. It's not really that tight now that I've done it a couple more times. It looks
Yeah, I
cool,
definitely
though.
made that hitbox pretty generous, yeah.
Okay.
So in that scene, also Sawayoshi got a Daruma doll, which are the spells in the game, and kind of allows for big damage if you're in sustained combat.
Yeah, that's what you see in the top left there, the Chomper Daruma, where you can shoot it out forwards, and if you press the button again, it'll chomp, like so. That right there, I used it to get rid of that enemy so that they don't mess with the armored pillows later on, because they will come over and mess up with the armored pillows. I know this from experience. There we go. Nice. So here what we need to do is we need to get these 4 armor pillows back to Shimeji, the Kodama that gave us the items earlier. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take them back to right close to where Shimeji is, and then simply launch them.
Yeah, and it's cool to see you just shoot them from off screen completely.
There's like a specific angle where it won't hit any terrain, so I just used that. And here it's a straight shot left, so oop, there we go.
Making really good use of all the jump resets here. It's just like really nice to watch. It's like with the batting and
And here we have another little cutscene skip. All right, so we get the Shita key. We're gonna quit out, and we're gonna go back to the save point that we just saved at.
I remember the first time runners started doing the like the menu buffering and stuff, some pause buffering type things. Trevor, who's the lead programmer, was just like, "Oh, how is this gonna break?"
Yeah.
The whole thing.
I
Started freaking out, but
apologize
I'm
in
like, "It's
advance for
probably fine."
everything that I'm going to break in this run. Because there are a couple
Trevor,
things.
this is what speedrunners do. Just let it happen.
Yeah. So now that we have the key, we can open that door. And there's going to be one more door past here that we're going to open. I really like this movement, by the way. You're meant to go below and break the little blue walls to get through, but we can just skip it. And I think that's really fun. Was that intended, by the way?
So there's a statue at the top of there that like resets the jump that wasn't there originally, or maybe it was there, but it wasn't as generous. So that was one of the first skips that someone found that we were like, we like this skip. Let's keep it. I think it saves like 15 seconds or so, 20 seconds.
It saves a pretty significant amount of time. So we're into the Armadillo fight, the particularly unmanageable Armadillo fight. We're gonna hit with Darumas, we're gonna hit with these. We're gonna need one more hit. There we go, we're gonna quit back out. As always, skip the animation. There's gonna be a lot of quitting out in this run, which you don't see in glitchless runs because they don't have this menu glitch to work with. Pick up that, and then we're gonna go back out and finally get our Lotus Dash that we've been talking about. And once I get that, you're gonna see the movement change very, very drastically. Because in this game, there's a little thing that I'm gonna mention early called the moon. I believe it's the Moonshine Dash. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Shine dash, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Where you can jump out of a dash and keep your momentum. And of course, like our jumps, which I forgot to mention, you get your dash back every time you hit an object in midair. Oops. So what you can do is things like this, where you just dash over and over and not fall into the spikes like that. There we go. Yeah. This makes the run a lot faster. And you'll see I'll be making very, very quick work of the Uzumaki Cave escape. Oop. I like this movement here.
Yeah, it's so cool to see the flow. Like, all, the best runners, Sawayoshi included, it's so nice to watch because they don't even touch the floor half the time.
Yeah, so much of this game, in movement and in fights, is very aerial. It just feels really good when you get a hang of it, because there's like nothing that can stop you. You are an unstoppable force. In more ways than one, and you'll see that in the next boss fight, but that's not for another 4-ish minutes. And this will be the first time you're actually seeing that fight, right?
Me, yeah, because I watched like up until that area just to like kind of rehearse a little bit, but excited because yeah, I haven't been watching runs.
Yeah. There's some things that go on, but while we are going back up, let me ask a quick question, if that's okay. When did you get the like idea for this game? When was it kind of like thought up of, or like conceptualized?
I think like late 2019. You know, something happened. Something was about to happen in the world, and I decided that I wanted to have a job that allowed me to kind of just stay at home and was also creatively fulfilling. So everyone kind of has a dream to make a video game. I feel like not everyone, but a lot of people. And that was always one of my dreams. So I started sketching some ideas for a protagonist, and one of them was a little fox type character. And that turned out to be Bo eventually. And, coming off the heels of Hollow Knight and all these Celeste also, all these really great indie games.
Nice skip, by the way.
That is one of the coolest skips in the run. I remember seeing this particular section optimized over time, and it's one of the coolest sections to watch.
All right, so we are into the Sencho Bridge at this point, the third area in the game. So there's some things that are going on that, Chris, maybe you don't know about. Hold on, let me see if I can't get back up here. Whoop, there we go. So you see me attacking these much faster than it should be possible. This is something that was found very, very recently, actually. Not since I started running this game again, but right before that, it was found that you can just, it was known that you can cancel your attack with dash. And it was also known that that didn't hit. Oops. Let me go back real quick, just to get one more hit here. It was also known that you can. So it was known that you can cancel your dash with the staff hit, and of course it's known that a staff hit will give you your dash back. So we decided to put 2 and 2 together, and now we can just hit dash, hit swing, hit dash, hit swing over and over, and just infinitely swing.
So you're resetting, you're weaving in dashes to your attack combos now?
Yeah, or weaving them in, aka we're just mashing those two one after the other. It makes some things really, really, really fast.
Yeah, that's something that really worried me throughout development. I'm like, especially when you get the invincibility dash ability, we were like, people can just be invincible if they keep resetting. But I guess, it's hard enough to do that it's not really a problem.
Yeah. There are some quirks with it that make it a little bit hard to wield. A little bit unwieldy, but we make do.
This is the infamous chase sequence that a lot of people tend to have trouble with on a first casual playthrough, but
yeah.
Sawayoshi's just slicing through it like butter, hitting things off
I love
screen.
movement like this, so this is just all in a day's work.
Don't even see like her defeat animation. She's way back there.
Yeah. All right, so this is the Hachihime boss fight, and you'll see just how busted these dash cancels are very soon here.
Okay, let's see it. Oh my god. Okay, that's insane. That's like a machine gun.
Yeah. Usually this fight takes much longer. And that's the Hachihime fight done.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Speechless.
There's going to be a lot more where that came from. All right, so we're going to pick these up. And we have a little bit of a cutscene, so if you want to talk a little bit about this is the AAPI celebration event. I know that you live in Thailand. You have Japanese ethnicity. How did your ethnic background really play into the development of this game?
Yeah, so my mother is Japanese. I'm half Japanese, half kind of German, European. But we grew up with all kinds of like Japanese influence media and things like that. Like we had the good old Miyazaki movies on VHS, Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service. So that was very formative for like my visual style and stuff.
Oh yeah, we're skipping this 30-second cutscene.
Agree. Yeah, you'll see a lot of Ghibli references in the game actually. So anyone who's familiar with Miyazaki's work will get a few winks and nods.
All of them coming up pretty soon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and definitely grew up with like a lot of little picture books from Japan, and obviously I was a huge Pokemon fanatic in my youth.
As everyone is.
That also influenced the game, yeah. Like, you'll see a lot of Pokemon kind of influence in the game as well. Yeah, and it just, over time I became really interested in Japanese folklore as well as traditional Japanese art like ukiyo-e and sumi-e, like the woodblock printing and stuff. It just was something that really fascinated me and caught my eye and attention. So it was just inevitable that I would do some sort of creative project that explored all that. And I just thought it was like the perfect place, the perfect thematic thing for my video game to be about.
Yeah, it brings together the world building so well. I love this game, and I love the like aesthetic, the entire feel of it, the concept of it. I will also mention the translation team did a really good job with it. Shoutouts to 8-4.
Yeah, shout out to 8-4 who did the Asian languages.
So what you're seeing right now, by the way, I've completely spaced on this. We are gathering 5 stone tablets for the librarian to decode. But to do that, we have to do these little quests for everyone. We have not even met the library. The librarian is the last of the 5 that we talked to. So we strengthen our Daruma. This is the only really, this is the only consequential thing that we do along these quests. We're gonna get the Ken Daruma right here, which is the last expense of this game, of this run. We will not buy anything past this. And this will be very important later on, this specific Ken Daruma. But now
So
that
is
we
the Ken
have...
Daruma now
yes.
the optimal Daruma?
At least for glitched, it is. I think it is across
Okay.
all categories, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Because I know Viz runs with Jingu.
All right, so now that we talked to Naichi, we get our 5th tablet, which is right behind them, and then now we have learned an alien language. So now that we've done that, we're gonna go back. You did see we put on a the Initiate Omamori, which is somewhat like the charm system in Hollow Knight or the badge system in Paper Mario. Which, well, we had one on, I think it was Prosperity for a while,
Yeah.
and that one makes money go towards us. This one makes dash attack stronger. So our dash attack, which is basically every attack now, is stronger. All right, climb up
Well,
here.
that's really cool. I want to note that Sawayoshi's kind of using the Ken Daruma. So Ken throws out like this buzzsaw attached to a chain. And I think it's called a Ken Pogo, where you cast the buzzsaw and then you pogo off the buzzsaw to do all kinds of shenanigans.
Yeah, it's really versatile. It's also just the perfect balance of versatile and kind of inhibiting, because you do not get a jump back, only a dash. So you kind of have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, we intentionally had to nerf that because it was breaking the game wide open, but we wanted to keep it at least a little bit of that functionality because it was so cool.
Yeah,
And it was unintentional, by the way.
amazing.
But there was an earlier build in which you were able to just spam it along with a certain omamori that like makes your uses money as mana.
Yeah,
So
I can
it
imagine.
just- I don't know if you ever played that version, but it was busted.
I don't think I have. All right, so
Yeah,
that
I
was an
remember
arena
when-
real quick, and we're gonna have one more of these very quickly here, and then we'll go into a little bit of downtime. Oop, there we go. Talk to this.
It's just kind of a notorious arena. People hate that wind enemy, or the Kamaitachi.
Yeah, I think they're cute. There we go. That is the arena done. We skip everything there and just pick up this Gunpai, which is important for a quest that we have not seen yet. All right, back to the main menu and once again, and climb up here. This is not the intended way through the game, by the way. There is another ability that you're supposed to have by the time you get here. And I do remember
right.
there was one thing that was specifically changed to accommodate for that a little bit more. Let me see if I can't save that. Nope. Yeah, you are supposed to have another ability, and you'll see pretty soon the change that was made to accommodate for having this, or not having the ability rather. we're going to skip this. We're going to skip the rewards and go straight up. And we are into the next little area. We've got a few Kabuto Sumo bouts that we have to get through. In terms of casual play, they can be somewhat of a challenge. Once you know how to navigate them, they become just press attack every once in a while. These are what it is. So what you need to do is you get up and then you just do this.
Yeah, I remember seeing this. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about the change that was actually made to these arenas.
Yeah, so normally when you go in here, we expect the player to have an ability called the grapple, which you're able to kind of slingshot through certain objects in the game. And this drum in the middle is one of those objects. So basically, speedrunners found it to be optimal not to get that ability and just come in here. So we added, but they were also having trouble like getting to the middle without that ability. So we added those two drums on the side so that players would have the option to kind of pogo off those and bounce up towards the middle if they wanted to.
Yeah, very, very welcome addition. That makes this a lot easier. But now it is
definitely doesn't
really
look as exciting.
Yeah, it is just stay up there for the entire time and press attack every once in a while. That is
not
a
as
soft
exciting,
lock.
but much
I need
faster.
to reboot the game. Oops. Hold on, give me a quick second.
Oh.
I have never. That's never happened before. All right, it'll be fine. I am rebooting as we speak. Is that the game back up? Hopefully. I hear it. Chris, do you see the game?
Yeah, we see it. It's
all right.
On the...
Great.
Sometimes when all the spamming and text boxes pop up, unexpected things happen.
It looked like some text box shenanigans. We do have to do that again, but that is completely fine. Oop. Oh, we do have to do this again too, I think. Oh no, actually we don't. Huh. Wait, where did it save? Now I'm confused. Huh.
There's an autosave there after you beat that mini game thing. There's a few times where the game autosaves, and that's one of them.
There's a few autosaves in this game, and some of them are really, really nice. All right, so let's see if we have to do this again. Yes, we do. Good. Okay.
Oh, you do.
That's fine. We have plenty to talk about. Actually, if you want to talk about, we just came through this area. There, I believe there was a trailer for something in that exact area. If you want to talk about the upcoming DLC.
Yeah, so we recently announced, I think about a month ago now, a DLC for the game called Tanuki Kabuki, which is something we've been hard at work at since November, and it's going to include a bunch of new features that were kind of requested by players since the launch of the game, and it fixes, of course, we're fixing bugs and just kind of making the game like a better experience. And we're super excited about that. It will have like a boss rush. That's kind of like the main crux of the DLC. But there's going to be a lot of other cool things in there. A lot of new collectibles and things for people who like to do that. But we'll have their own little room in which you can get furniture and like design your space. It's going to be really fun. We're excited about it.
Yeah, we just do the same thing again, so we have time to talk.
Cool. Yeah, this one's like kind of doubling up the arena here.
Yeah, you just keep everyone on one side, and everything is fine.
Okay, I lied. There's not more movement. Slightly more.
Slightly more. Yeah. Gosh, this game is really cool. I will say, it is. I wish more people knew about this game, and that is part of why I'm running it today, is because I just want more people to know about Bow Path of the Teal Lotus and how good of a game it is.
Thank you.
It looks phenomenal.
I'm not just saying that because you're here, by the way.
I know by how much you play, how much you love it.
Yeah.
Like we really wanted to make the movement very tight and give the player a lot of agency. So I'm so glad that speedrunners gave us their stamp of approval.
All right, so we are into the Yokozuna, the Kabuto Yokozuna boss fight, where damage.
Whoa. Wow. I don't even know how you're doing inputs that quickly. Like, what do you have dash bound to?
My dash and attack are bound to 2 keys right next to each other on the keyboard. I have them set to U and I.
Oh my god.
So you just damage tank. And that's the fight done.
Oh my god.
Some of these fights go very, very quickly. Especially thanks to the initiate, Omamori.
Yeah, so anytime you see those blue and red kind of hit particles, that's the initiative Omamori proc, which I believe gives like a 50% damage increase.
Somewhere around there.
Per hit.
I believe.
So I've just never seen it proc that quickly.
Yeah, this is what speedrunners do to games. All right, so we've just picked up the Kabuto wings, which let us glide, and we'll be using that pretty frequently. And there's that Ken Pogo. You can spam this, by the way.
Oh wow!
And just keep a lot more height.
Oh no!
It doesn't like seriously break anything, but it makes some movement a lot easier.
Well, I'm curious to know what you think. What the definition of seriously breaking is.
This is a very good point. I did say we would be having some shenanigans in this run. All right. Also, that the wings have a little extra effect for speedrunning that I found. You can actually use it to cancel your upwards momentum from a shine dash, so you get more shine dashes. So every single time you see me dash, jump, and then instantly just press wings for a split second to cancel the upwards momentum and turn it into downwards momentum.
Yeah, I always do that when I kind of play through. I like hover after a dash because, wow, not like this though.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit it makes it a little bit faster. It also just feels really cool. It does kind of hurt your hands after a while because you're pressing so many buttons. If you look at the hand cam, you'll actually see how my hands are moving for that. We're gonna save here.
Yeah, Sawayoshi's like input setup, like the rebinding setup is so like unique that you might notice the icons in the UI just like are broken.
Yeah. They do break sometimes. All right, so we are into Midori Forest, where we have to pick up these 3 music sheets. One of them is right there, and then we'll have 2 more along the way here. There's a little skip that I found like a couple days ago, where you can just do this. And you can like barely hit that lantern.
Interesting. That might be there because there's another skip there using the enemy that's there.
Yeah, you just don't
but
have to go as far right for it.
Yeah, that must be slightly faster.
Just barely. There we go. That's that arena done. Just a couple darumas to maximize damage per hit on the skeleton enemy, and then just a quick daruma to finish everything off. Of course, this is all memorized. You just have to go through the maze, and that is our 3rd sheet of sheet music. We go back to the main menu. We're gonna go talk to the I don't know if I know the English name. In Japanese, their name is Sei. We're gonna go here, say hi, talk one more time, and then we're gonna quit out. Quit out.
What's their Japanese name?
Sei, S-E-I, basically.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, their English name is Kiyoshi. So that's also a Japanese name, but interesting. I don't even know the names of the characters in other languages.
Yeah, some of them in the Japanese are changed. Some of them just feel more natural in Japanese that way. So now we finally pick up our grapple ability, and then we immediately quit back out to the menu. Let me actually, because the game closed, the timer is gone. All right, now we have the timer back. 27:08 in-game time. We're probably close to around 33.5 real time. All right. And now we have the grapple. The run gets even faster. The movement gets even faster because we just get speed from the grapples. There we go. Pick up one of these crystal mum petals. That is all we will need this run. Gonna go up this way. Go up. Go over. Grapple up here. There are skips using the kendarama to get up here without having the grapple, but it is ill-advised to do so because there's not really much you can do up here. I did it in my casual.
Wait a second, you so casually skipped that whole bottom platforming section with the dash?
Yeah, there's a couple
understand.
skips. They just kind of do.
I don't even understand, because we really didn't want players to be able to do that. But it looks like you didn't even really do anything too difficult there. But maybe you just made it look easy.
Sometimes the movement just looks easy. Sometimes it's a lot more complex than you think. That one, I think it is a matter of, it was just a little bit more complex because this game has a little funny thing. I don't know if you've heard of it, where you can just press jump twice and get a slightly higher jump than just pressing jump once. Which is a little odd. I've seen it in a couple games at this point. I know in a different game that I run, Haiku the Robot, it's called a BLJ, a buffered landing jump, which is kind of cool. But it also exists in this game. We do this escort and then we don't see them off. We just quit back out to the menu because it's faster that way, and we like faster.
Oh, you spawn back here.
Because we just go through here because there is an NPC there that blocks your way that disappears once you do the escort. And we, of course, did the escort. Smiles.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Okay, so we take this, come down here. This is a little cool skip that we'll see in a few seconds here. Take this, break this wall.
Wow.
This is one of the harder Ken skips, I'm pretty sure. Do a quick hover, and then we don't even need to use the seed there. Usually you would use a seed to get one of those bouncy vines, but you don't need that. Just kind of skip it.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's one of the cooler movement skips. Some of them aren't as cool. Okay, so go down here, take a quick save as we get into the Kitsune Burros. Go try to eat Mochi's Mochi, and we're instead going to get our invincible, our iframe dash, which has iframes on the front half of the dash, not the whole dash. And it also lets us get through these pink walls you see here. Boop. Usually those will damage us, but we don't need to worry about that. Also, the devs for this game have very, very graciously left the bottom of these walls pogoable, so you can do things like this, where you can just pogo on them to get your dash back, and then just kind of dash twice in a row, which is, I think it's pretty cool.
A lot of this, a lot of this is unintentional, to be fair. But that is cool.
Yeah. A lot of the movement is just accidental, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do none of this intended.
Right, all of this stuff in this particular puzzle here. You're supposed to break these cocoons break the
nests,
insect hives. Yeah, nests, bug nests, and in a certain way. And there's a whole puzzle, and they just hit everything from off screen and break it.
Yeah. There's just the angles just work. Yeah, so here we get our T, we get a little dive ability, and then we get our Mochi Mallet, which is the dive ability. Then Mochi says, hey, I'm going to go back to the Usagi clan and see how they're doing. So we safe quit and we go back into our save file and pay attention to the middle of the screen here. Hi, Mochi. You're probably not supposed to be there.
Oh no.
Welcome to
just stay
Bow Any Percent Unlimited. Sometimes the NPC flags glitch out, but it's fun.
So they're in two places at once?
I guess so. I've never actually gone back to the Usagi clan. Oh yeah, we skipped this entire cutscene where we upgrade our staff, which usually takes around 30 seconds-ish. This is one of the biggest time saves in Glitched, as opposed to NMG. Oop. And we are into the deeper parts of the Kitsune Burrows. This is some really cool movement here.
Wow.
Get that down there, and I don't know if you've seen this one.
Oh, I think I did see this in our Discord.
I think I did mention it in the Discord once. You can just interrupt your dive with a pause and just stay on there and do that over and over, and you don't have to go all the way around like you're supposed to. All right, this is something I actually saw on Biz's stream. You can just hit this little angle if you hit it right. I didn't quite get it there, but that's fine. It's a really cool little thing, I think. Here we go. Here, grapple these, come down, break this wall, and we are coming up to a boss fight. If you thought this was bad, insects warning. I will mention that real quick. All right. Get that. Over here. We're going to save there. This is very important. It will become relevant later. We say hi to Iwao, who is stuck in the ceiling, and then we save them. We save him. He comes down. We talk for a little bit, and then we say hello to our next boss fight. Welcome to the Jorogumo fight. This one is one that's just faster with these dash cancels, and you'll see exactly why very, very soon. First off, a Kenpo to get up, and then we just kind of wail on her.
Okay, at least you didn't. Makes me feel good that at least she went into, or at least you didn't completely like nuke her before she even moved.
It gets close though.
Wow. I bet you it's possible, actually, because...
Yeah.
No, maybe not, because you had to do quite a bit of damage after
I've tried pretty
that.
extensively, and I haven't gotten it once.
That boss is usually a huge blocker for a lot of players because of the difficulty, but wow.
And in speedruns, we don't even get past the intro of the song. We don't even get to... We don't even get to the looping part. We just defeat her during the intro. All right, here is a little bit of flying segment where you do have to be very, very careful not to hit Iwao on the spikes or get hit yourself. This is possible without wings. Just as an aside.
No way.
This is possible. This is barely possible without wings. There are a couple things, though, that make wingless any percent impossible. So do not have to worry about that.
How would you even get up? Like, do you need the wall?
Yes, you do need the wall dash. Give me a... All right, there we go. We don't get to see any of this, but there's a marriage going on in the background. All right, real quick question. Watching this run so far, how many times have you been like, I didn't know this existed, or I should fix this?
I should fix this, maybe like that one time with the soft lock, but other than that, like, I'm surprised at how robust it is. Because one thing that's been really difficult is all the spamming that goes on in speedruns, like having to account for them. Yeah, so that's something we had to fix over and over again, but I'm really happy with how robust it seems to be.
It is
Like-
very robust. I will say that.
Yeah.
For how much I try to break it.
Yeah, a casual player would never run into a lot of the any
A
issues.
casual
but-
player is not going to be mashing a dash and attack over and over the way runners do. All right, so now that we have our dive, we are going into the back into the Megumi mountains. Gonna go through this little platforming section. I can stay away from the spikes here. My health really doesn't matter here because there's a save right after. We're going into the ice burrows, which is by far my worst area in this run. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of platforming that I am not really good at.
Oh, really? I expected.
It is
I know,
really
because I know
fun.
this is Viz's like favorite section.
It is very, very fun. I'm just not that good at it comparatively. All right.
It is some of the most difficult platforming in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, every time I run this game, I warm up with this area for like an hour beforehand. Oop. And I did earlier today as well. So being 1 health down here is not great, but it'll be fine. I just have to do this damageless. All right, so we are into the West Trial, where first off we need to break these 3 little balloons. Let's shoot that. That's gonna break it. And there's a little cutscene here when this door opens. We just skip it with our animation. So how much have you seen of this run once again? Because there's a little thing.
Whoa. Did you do that just to get iframes? Whoa. Okay, you definitely did that to get iframes.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a few
I did. I
iframes.
do know about this.
Yeah.
I think I do know about this. But this locks you out of dashing, right?
Until you have iframes until you dash again.
Right.
So you have iframes
So it's-
for a while. So I just have to be careful not to dash and not actually get hit by enemies because that would not be fortunate. Oh yeah, this just doesn't have a hitbox all the way to the left.
No way. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I learned about this a couple days ago. There we go. And I do not have the T, so I just have to break these with the staff. Alright. And I have 2 health, that is completely fine. Swap Darumas and go up here. And now we are into the West Trials boss fight against this Tengu. This fight is going to go very, very fast, so be ready.
Yeah, this fight is actually like a little bit just more of a tutorial for the next bosses coming up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Tutorial.
60 like a 59 combo, air combo there in like the blink of an eye.
Yeah. There is a little quirk where if you get hit during... you can just keep doing the mash attacks during iframes. So it is actually optimal to get hit there for the iframes and just keep attacking. So you'll see me doing these damage tanks whenever I'm doing this strat. You saw it in the Kabuto fight. You saw it in this fight right here. You're gonna see it in the rest of the fights in this game. So now we have the wall climb. And I might focus up a little bit here because there is a specific cycle. I gotta catch a bus here. All right, climb up here. Oop. There we go, get that pogo.
Nice.
Wait a tiny bit. Get up this wall. And yeah, there's a little cycle here that we have to wait through. Right here is where everything starts.
Wow. That was so clean.
And that, I'm pretty sure, is the fastest cycle here.
That was nuts.
We're not done yet, though. There's still a bit more. This, I don't know if anyone else does.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think Biz does that.
Climb back up here, down here. Do all of these dashes. Do that grapple. Up, up, up. Grapple on these. And that is what we call in the business perfect. That is what we call
amazing.
perfect.
I intentionally wasn't speaking because I like you're on a roll.
Yeah,
I didn't
that
want to
was
break your
really.
concentration.
I think that is the best run I've had of that area ever.
That was super clean and super cool to watch.
Yeah.
It's hard to know if you haven't played the game how much Sawa was skipping there, but
Yeah, a few skips, just a lot more clean movement. All right, and we're into a boss fight. Boss fight means we get to do this mash attack again. And of course, with the Umamori, it just gets, it just gets even there. There we go. That is fight done.
wow.
This is actually on PB pace.
Oh wow.
Key.
Congrats. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Now that we have the key, we're gonna go down back to our save point that we have so preciously held this entire time. If you weren't paying attention, I did not save a single time in either the West or East trials, specifically so I can come back here and save around 20 seconds of backtracking each time. We go into the Daitenku fight. Save there. And again, this is the Tengus. There was 1, there was 2, and now there's 3. 3 just means there's more enemies to hit. And that's basically all that changes. See if I can't get this quickly.
Yeah, this is one of the fights that we were actually most proud
Okay,
of.
I glitched it. If you defeat one of the enemies too quickly, or with the exact right timing, Daitenku just never comes back.
Oh, we were made aware of this very recently.
I did report that. There we go. Just have to be a little bit more careful with that. And we just use iframes. And that's the fight done.
Wow. It's so optimized down to the 1 health.
Yeah. It's just using the health. Yeah, in chat I
bet you
see
if we
solid
added
2
like
OP
10
game
more
handle.
hit points. I bet you if we added like 10 more hit points, the fight would be like much longer, but
It would be a little bit different. All right. So that is the Tengus and the Ice Caverns done. I think this is deathless so far, isn't it? That's pretty good. All right.
Is dying common in a run?
Yes. I think.
Okay.
I don't really get deathless runs very often. I think before my PB, before my deathless PB, I think I had 2 PBs that had deaths, so that had multiple deaths even. So it is very rare. All right. So now this is a cool fight. This is just a cool fight. Welcome to the Gasha Dokuro fight, where we have to do platforming to get back up to their head 3 times. Of course, rule of 3, you have to do 3 of everything in a boss fight. So we're just gonna go back up 3 times. There's a little bit of a cutscene here, but Chris, if you want to talk about how did you go about designing all the bosses, this is a little bit of a special case, I feel like, but especially since the mid-air jump system is really unique and make for very aerial combat in this game. I just wanted to hear about that.
Yeah, so with all the bosses for Bow, I wanted platforming to actually be a very central like gameplay element. This particular boss is kind of a culmination of that. The boss is basically a giant level that you have to platform through in order to get to its weak spot. So, of course, you don't really get to see a lot of the intricate platforming stuff because of the speed running and all that, but I was inspired a little bit by Shadow of the Colossus for this fight.
Oh yeah, I see that.
I wanted kind of a sense of epicness.
I mean, we're gonna skip all of it anyways, but...
Wow, I can't even comprehend what's going on here.
Okay. And there's a respawn at the bottom. We just jump over it, and we just do this 2 times. All right.
Yeah, right? So you hit a checkpoint like on the collarbone, right? And then just don't hit any checkpoints. Whoa. Okay.
It is just barely faster to do that there than on the ground. So we place that, and then we quit out and skip a 35-second cutscene.
Yeah, I remember when that skip was found. That's one of the cooler skips. It just shows the nuance of like how speedrunners go about breaking things.
It's really cool.
But it's one of those things that's knowledge based. Like a regular player would never ever even think about doing that.
Okay, so we are into the Imperial Castle, called the Sakura Castle in Japanese. All right. We say hello. And we have an entire platforming gauntlet. We have 6 entire platforming gauntlets that we have to go through. This is one of them, and some of them will have boss fights like so. Because I can just do this, the boss fights are basically nothing. Abuse iframes once again.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah. So when you dash with the iframe dash, and then interrupt that with a dive, it just keeps your iframes. So whenever I'm using that, I'm just dashing and then immediately diving.
How hard is it to like remember not to spam dash while you have that active?
It is pretty difficult, and that's why I don't really use it very often. And it's also just usually faster to just be able to dash. So
yeah.
Oop. Oop. That is not what I wanted to do. We should be fine though. There we go. Let's back up.
Nice.
Right. Get these blocks. One thing I did want to ask. So when you designed these little things, how much were you inspired by Celeste? I think a lot of people would like to know the answer to that.
So those are the Nurikabe enemy, and they're very similar to the Kevin blocks, and we definitely looked at. That's what they're called, right?
Yes. At least colloquially.
Yeah. We definitely looked at those, but they are a yokai from folklore that are just basically walls. So we definitely looked at that, in particular, like how the Kevin blocks reset to the original position. We kind of wanted that. They have their own little distinct flavor, but we just thought that mechanic was so fun and cool, and they've kind of fit the idea of Nurikabe so well that, yeah, definitely some Celeste inspiration. Not only there.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see a more somewhat looks like it was inspired from Celeste very soon here. All right, get that over there. Hit that back. And then as soon as it activates, we can quit back, and that'll put us right at the elevator. And it also gives us our health back. Our health and our key both back to full.
How convenient.
How convenient. Especially when you can just quit out whenever. All right. Through there. Now we go up here. The one thing is this invincibility glitch does not keep you safe from hazards. Specifically, it does not keep you safe, from spikes. So you do need to be very, very mindful of those when you're going through these areas. Especially here, because there's a few spikes. Here's a good number. All right, climb up here, climb up. There we go. Dodge that laser. And you can kind of just skip that Nurikabe down there.
Wow.
And even if we do fall down, we can just respawn back up, so it's not that big of a deal. And then we just iframe through all of this.
No. Oh, no.
This is the biggest, abuse of iframes, I feel like. And then we also iframe through this.
Those lasers... Oh, duh. Oh, wait. Oh, I see what's going on there.
Yeah, because you can't usually dive through that. You do have to have the dash iframes. All right. That's not what I meant to do.
And that's because I thought the spikes are programmed the same way as the lasers, but that's not the case. The lasers are special.
Mm-hmm. The lasers are a little bit different, it seems like.
Yeah, they need to be able to account for the eye dash, whereas the spikes do not.
Mm-hmm. Is exactly where this, because it uses the iframes from the dash just infinitely. There we go. Come up here, and we do the same thing that we saw 30 minutes ago. We just do this 3 times, and that is the door opened. Don't really have to worry about any movement or anything. And we just dash over here. A 3-1-3-1. 3-1-1-2. Take a quick detour, hit that one, and then there we go. Nice.
Yeah, there's a whole little mirror laser puzzle there.
Yeah, hey everyone, if you want to
pace sequence.
out, this is 1.4 seconds ahead of PB. Which is ahead of world record, by the way.
Wow,
Out of glitch world record. It would be. I've been running this game for the past month again after taking a little break. It took that entire month to PB. So I think it would be cool. I think everyone, it would be cool to finish off this event with the PB, with the world record, right? Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Send me your PB world record energy. Good vibes this way.
Yes, please do, chat.
Yeah,
Make a quick safety save here. We have Asahi, who is our next boss fight. We're just gonna mash through all the dialogue. And you kind of start to see where the Celeste inspiration... It feels like it was Celeste inspired anyways.
Oh yeah, I kind of forget how much this is inspired by Celeste, this particular section.
Yeah. So we have the Asahi fight, a lot of movement. We do not do the intended movement a lot of the time.
There's a really cool skip coming up here.
Mm-hmm. Right here, we're gonna break these 4 masks, like we usually do. Activate this phase, and then we just simply use these to get up here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which skips having to wait. All right.
I think we did like a developer speedrun competition. I think I attempted that, but
it is not easy to get down. All right. Room 3 of 3. Go through this way. Shine dash over there.
whoa. realize that was possible.
Good. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Get this, and then quit out, 52-53. And sometimes it glitches out and just makes everything slow there, but that's fine. We are 20 seconds ahead of world record. Chat,
Okay,
I think we can do it.
Let's go.
20 seconds is crazy.
Yeah.
And pretty much almost done here, so.
Yeah, we are going into the final boss fight. I always forget. You do get autosave to that save after going into the boss fight, which I learned like 2 days ago. All right. Sakura Shogun fight. Here we are. Swap Darumas. Hit one there. And then we just dash attack. As always. I actually didn't know that doesn't hit you if you're on the ground. Okay, that's phase 1 of 6. There are 6 phases of this fight, and each of them, the 2nd, 4th, and 5th ones will have you going through old arenas based after the old areas that you've gone through in the game. There we go. That is phase 2 done. We're going to phase 3, which is the ground phase once again. And we're going to be doing the exact same thing. We're going to take a heal at the very beginning to get back to full health. There we go. 4 of those dash attacks. There we go. 2 health, that's fine. We get a heal here. We're going out of phase 3 into phase 4, which is the ice caves, the ice caverns. And it's going to give this attack. Which we just skip everything past there. And that's phase 4 done. We didn't even get to see the second attack that time. We're going into phase 5, which is the ground phase yet again. We're gonna heal back to full. Get a Daruma off. Dash attacks for days, and we're just gonna keep attacking. Okay, that's that phase done. Phase 6 of 6, we are going into the Kitsune Burrows. And if everything goes smoothly, this should be the last phase. All right. That is the fight done.
Wow. Let's go.
Some of these fights go very quickly with this mash attack. All right, so now that that's done, Sakura Shogun's like, I'm going to take the world with me. Asahi decides, no, you don't get to do that, and keeps him here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we do that. We're going to swap Darumas real quick. We're going to do the menu glitch and skip the entire ending cutscene. So that. It skips the entire cutscene. Time is coming up in about a half minute here. We have a little bit of platforming to do first, and we're going to skip half of it. Right here. Get this. 1, 2, 3. Climb up on the wind. Go left to move the camera. Kenpogo. One last Kenpogo for the road. Get this wall. Time is coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Time.
GG.
Wow.
Everyone.
How we doing with the...
That is the world's first sub 56.
Holy moly.
Wow. That was insane.
Yeah. Hey.
Even with all the little hiccups and stuff.
Yeah. Even with the one game crash that happened earlier. Hey. I'm really glad that I got to do this run and got to show you all the world's fastest bow any percent unlimited run. But yeah.
Wow, congrats, Sawa. That was really,
oh my gosh, that's Chris.
Really amazing to watch.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Wow. I can't think of a better way to end this event than with a world record.
With the world record.
That's so awesome. Yeah. Any closing words? Any shout outs for you, Sawayoshi? Congratulations again.
Yeah, Chris, if you want to talk first, yeah, shout outs. Where can people find you? Where can people find Bowpath of the Teal Lotus? First off.
Yeah, so Bowpath and Teal Lotus is on all major consoles, and just go to the store or whatever. And we have a great community. Obviously, Sawayoshi's part of it. Any speedrunners who are interested, we would be happy to support you with everything you need. We definitely always listen to the community with their input and stuff. So join our Discord and stay tuned to News with Bo. Again, our DLC is coming out in July, or it's coming out sometime in 2025. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Thanks to the entire community. Kickstarter backers, Patreon supporters, all that. And we love all y'all, and congrats to Sawayoshi on their world record run.
Yeah, thank you. Gosh, I mean, this was really fun. Of course, this event, AAPI celebrations, shout outs to AAPI runners, gamers, game enjoyers everywhere. You all rock. Keep doing what you're doing. You're all doing amazing. Thank you once again to Squid Shock for making this game, especially Chris, who selflessly answered the call in the Discord to be on Couch today. Also, of course, shouts to the Bo community and the speedrun community. You're all amazing. And if you like this game, first off, play it. It's on all major platforms. Keep an eye out on this channel, the GDQ channel, for more Bo. There will be one run tomorrow at 7 p.m. EDT on Game Over, a show for hard games played on hard difficulties. That one's going to be glitchless. So if you thought this was too many glitches, take a look at that one. And as the games list came out a couple days ago, Bo will also be in Summer Games Done Quick in July. So plenty to catch. Follow this channel for more. And hey, follow my channel. I'm Sawayoshi. I speedrun indie platforms, Metroidvanias, sometimes with one hand, sometimes in two, always in Japanese and English. And I also do game translation. Hey, email me if you want game translated to Japanese or English. But also Blue Sky, sawayoshiYT.bsky.social, other places at sawayoshiYT, and that's really about it. I'm going to send it back to Etchy to close out the event. This was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you again, Sawayoshi. Amazing finish. Please follow them. Amazing speedrunner. But tragically, this is the end of our Asian and Pacific Islander celebration here at GDQ Hotfix. As we wrap up here, I just want to say a big thank you to all of our amazing speedrunners this weekend, and an even bigger thank you to all the wonderful chatters for helping us celebrate Asian and Pacific Islander heritage. I want to give big shout outs to Limey for being the driving force for this event and doing just an absurd amount of work with planning and also hosting despite being as busy as he is. And of course, thank you to Games Done Quick for giving us the opportunity to platform and showcase some absolutely amazing speedrunners. So please be sure to follow all of them if you haven't already done so. And if you missed any of the cool runs this weekend, missed any of the amazing speedrunners, you'll be able to check out the VODs on the GDQ YouTube channel. And we'll be doing a rerun of today in just a little bit. So if you just stick around, you'll be able to see the start of today. And if you missed any of those early runs, then you'll be able to catch up. But thank you so much for tuning in and supporting this event. We can't wait to do another one in the future, and definitely tune in for the Juneteenth celebration next month. Have a lovely night, everyone, and bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.